Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to Friday Night Football Club on Gun Football. Thank you for joining. Thank you. If you are joining on Instagram, please just try and join on YouTube so that you will not miss anything today. If everything work according to plan, we should be having a special guest today. So I'm just trying to remind the guests so I can actually join very quickly. Let me hail you. Let me know where you're joining from. Uh, let me know where you're joining from. Let me hail you. Let me hail you. Let me hail you. I can see that Ayuba Adisa, my man, joining from London. Bola Kombi from Shelfie. Thank you guys for actually for joining. So guys, let me just just before I joined live, there was a game that took place. That was the game between Nigeria and Algeria in Leda. So I think Nigeria did really well in that game. Nigeria progressed to under 17 World Cup that will take place later this year in Morocco. Nigeria team known as the Flamingos, they won the first leg 4-0 in Ikene Remo. So they score actually 4-0 on aggregate. So Nigeria eventually progressed to the final competition later this year in Morocco. This will be the first time that an African country will host the FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup. We wish our flying flamingos, our fantastic, flamingos, the very best of luck in Morocco. They are not strange. They are not strangers to situations like this because since the inception, I think we only missed one edition of the under 17, so they've been participating. So this one is not. There's people expect Nigeria to qualify, so I'm not surprised that we have qualified for this tournament. So I wish the team the very best of luck. So that's on the Flamingos, the Nigerian women under 17 national team. So let's just quickly talk about the men's national team too. The men's national team, the under 20 national team, they call them the Flying Eagles. They'll be playing this. They'll be playing these. I think it's like 2 days from now. So the CAF under the CAF under 20 men's championship take place in Egypt towards this in like 2 days from now. So, and the team is already in Egypt preparing for tournament. The team played against the host nation, Egypt. They won the game 2 goals to 1. Francis, Benjamin Francis, and Parobo Nathaniel Adiri scored both goals for Nigeria. So Nigeria at least be the host. Good warm up game for Nigeria. Nigeria already, was meant to play against Egypt, but it was cancelled when the issue draw came out that when the same group with Egypt, so they cancelled the friendly. But now I think they just look for a way to replay the friendly game. So that's why we played them 2 days ago, and we won the game by 2 goals to 1. So that is on that. So that is about the flying eagles. We also wish them the very best of luck. So if we want to look out for players to watch out, um, from the Flying Eagles, you have Marobu Adiri, the guy in the picture there, top scorer during the last under 20 Wafubi Championship in Togo. Fantastic top scorer for Nigeria. Sorry, he's not a top scorer in the overall tournament. Top scorer for Nigeria, Barobo Ariri, currently is in Norway now. He plays for Lillestrøm in Norway. So, but being released for this team. Another player you might probably need to watch out for is Divine Odise, a very good midfielder. Fantastic ball winner. Good on the ball, distribute the ball well. Good player. Divine Odise, another player you might probably watch out for too, and also to Ebenezer Akot, another fantastic player that you can actually also watch out for. Very good player in his own days. He can actually very good goalkeeper, reliable. He was the second choice before, but when Nathaniel Nwosu did not really do well as the first choice, the coach had no options there to change him, and actually Akot has been fantastic. If you remember him very well, it was also part of the Sporting Lagos team. It was this Sporting Lagos team, yeah, that went all the way in the not Varigo Cup, sorry, in the Gotham Cup, so in Sweden, last year. So good player, good player. Let's see. I just mentioned Parobo Ariri. I mentioned what's it called? Mentioned Ebenezer Akot. Mentioned the Valdese. There could be some players there that I don't really have an idea of that might probably actually be the star of that tournament. Two players will be repeating this under 20. They actually what skipper, the evergreen and ageless skipper. What's it called? Daniel Bamayi, the guys in the picture with the handband there, and also Caleb Odeschuku. Both of them actually played the last under 20 championship in Egypt. They will be repeating this tournament again. So this team will be missing Daniel Daga, and lots of other key players. But they expect to actually to do well and perform well for their country, even for themselves. So that about the under 20 championship. So I wish them actually the best of luck too. We'll be covering them. We'll not be showing them live. We'll be covering them. We'll be giving you updates too about what we think about the way they actually performing and how they can actually do well also. So that is that about the under 20. So if you want to know how to watch the game, don't worry, just DM me. I will let you know, just DM me your location. I will let you know the area so that you want to watch the game. But I think the game is going to be on YouTube. So I don't think, it should be a problem for anyone. But I think it's going to be on YouTube. So maybe on YouTube for those in Nigeria and also for those in Europe. I don't know for those in America. But if you let me know, maybe you can see it on YouTube. I can give you a alternative link to actually to be able to watch those games. So that is that about the flying eagles. So a little bit of super eagles matter now because I want to actually be fast, so I don't want to take too long. I want to actually to be fast. I don't want to take too long, and so that I don't want to take too long. I just want to be fast on it so that we'll be able to actually handle things very quickly. I don't want to stay too long. So, and another thing is to be about the Super Eagles story is that the Nigeria opponents, the Nigeria opponent Zimbabwe actually just changed, Rwanda to host Zimbabwe. Rwanda to host Zimbabwe. Well, South Africa World Cup time. So, this, if you remember, I told you here on this channel that the NFF, the NFF and slightly sport ministry, they actually complained to FIFA that they are not comfortable that we're the same group and other countries too are also playing their home games in South Africa. Though, what I think is that the NFF wasn't, smart with all these things. I just think that since the start of it, why did you allow Lesotho to play majority of their own games in South Africa? Why did you allow them to start doing that? Why complaining, now? So I think that they've complained to FIFA, and it already got into them directly. That Zimbabwe just think that the best thing they could do is to host the World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe in Rwanda, so that for the spirit of fairness. So hosting a World Cup qualifier in Rwanda does not mean that the team will perform well against Africa. Does not mean, but at least there's going to be like a neutrality in those type of situations, and anything can actually what happen in that. But when you play in South Africa, you are giving South Africa like undue advantage already. So and I'm happy that they actually what taking these steps too. So there's also been reports too that Rwanda will be no, sorry, not Rwanda, Lesotho will be playing their home games, but it's not official yet. They'll be playing their home games in what's it called, in Botswana. So the game against South Africa, the game they're going to play, I think they are posting South Africa next September 4 or so. So the game will be played in what? In Botswana. The game will be played in Botswana. So so the game will be played in Botswana, but it's not really official yet. So they're going to play the game in Botswana. So that's actually what the update. So South Africa will end up playing 2 games at home now and 2 games away from home. The home games will be Nigeria against South Africa. I'm hearing it's going to be in Johannesburg, and also too another game that will be played again. It's going to be what South Africa will stay in Rwanda, and what's it called? The last game. I think that's the last game of the World Cup qualifier. Who will be hosting Benin Republic? South Africa will be hosting this day. So the implication is that South Africa, but Nigeria against Botswana, Nigeria against Lesotho will be played in Botswana too. It's not going to be in South Africa. So that's just that, because we still have to play a away game against Lesotho. So that's going to be played in what? In Botswana. Okay. So my guest is already texting me. So I want us to. So that is actually what that. So advantage Nigeria? I don't think so. I think we still have to do our bit. We still have to do our bit to also do the best. So that is actually what that's about the qualifiers. So people are asking me about any of this about this. I will not treat your this thing. There's a super chat there, guys. Treat the super chat and with care. Don't worry, we're gonna address your question. I want to appreciate all my gifters from last week. I really appreciate all of you. Fantastic. I really actually would love you. Please don't forget to like the video. Please, I don't know how many likes we have here. So please like the video, like the video. So we have like 12 likes out of the 41 people watching. Please like the video, share this video, and because we'll go to like a segment now. I told you, I will be having. I have a guest coming on today. So if you want question, I want to do the question. Write it with super chat. I will ask the guest the question. So that is that about the World Cup qualifier. So I'll give you posted. Somebody asked me about the 3-point decision. I'll talk about that one later, not now. But if you want to ask questions, you know how to actually ask these questions. So it's a bit about transfer news now. So I posted this on my story. If I follow my story, I can post it on my story that KLC Genk are looking uh KLC Genk actually what they are looking at they want to sell to Laborari, this summer. And Bayern Munich, have been like looking at seeing a backup striker for Harry Kane. So they just think that Harry Kane cannot be playing every game. They're looking for someone that will not mind to sit on the bench. So they think that Tolura Godare might fit the bill. It's not as if he's going to be on the bench, but all those cup games, some Bundesliga games, when Harry Kane is injured, he can play those games. Don't forget that Thomas Muller will be retiring from will be leaving Bayern Munich this summer. So they need cover up front. Harry Kane is not actually getting younger too. they need cover up front. So because they need cover up front, so they need to what? They need cover up front. That's the reason why they have to actually what? That's the reason why they must what? They need to actually what? Do those things. So that is actually what that. So that's what they need to actually what to do. So uh, I think my guest ready. I don't think he's ready yet. Okay, so I should be having a guest. So very soon. He's a former Nigerian international, so I should be having a guest very soon. So that is that. So and also Dortmund too. Dortmund are looking to sell Cyril Gerassi, so they are thinking about okay, if they could get this profile of a striker, VSB to get two. They just lost out in the Europa League. They're also looking at getting to the regular. So it's not short of offers, coming for him. That is, the source is a very reliable source, and let's see if the whole thing will actually what we work out for Tolari Kodari. I wish him the very best of luck. So let me just take my first gift. Great, thank you for your gift. NFF doesn't have foresight. I agree with you. They don't have foresight. If not because of the sport ministry, that really helped them with all these things, they will not file any complaint. They will not do anything. I think the sport ministry kind of take over the work of qualifier. They are really actually what helping the guys to push forward. So that's on Tolu Aroko Dare. So that is that about Tolu Aroko Dare. So another transfer news too that I want to talk about is Ademola Lookman. So news that came out about 2 days ago that because of Victor Osimhen's wage demand, I don't think Man U will go further, pursuing um, Victor Osimhen. Not because of ability, it's because of his wage demand. So, and Man U, they are looking at, okay, the wage structure they have currently now, they can't afford to pay somebody about 9 million euros net, in because of somebody like Kobe Meno, earning nearly to near to peanut, and also some other players too that actually were not earning enough, so they cannot really afford to pay. So I think they have dropped their, they don't want to sign Victor Osimhen, not because of ability. It's just because that it doesn't actually fit to their wage structure. So and they're looking at getting Ademan Lookman, but yeah, Lookman, they are looking the Lookman D and Konya D. They have to do one of them. So I don't know, maybe they will do the Konya D in case, because there have been other clubs too interested in Konya, the guy from Wolves. So they have to do the deal. One between Lookman and Asho Konya, because they play like a similar role. So they have to do one of those deals, even if it no. So, but I just wish him the very best of luck. Man, you are they're working hard to get to the Champions League. They want to win the Europa League. So if they have the Europa League, at least they're going to have what? Bargaining power too, so that they can be able to, say, okay, well, we have Champions League now. We can be able to lure some players. So that is actually what that. So about Lukman. So swap D with Rasmus Oilberg. So and I just think that it could materialize. So now, Victor Boniface, Bayern Leverkusen are also looking at the way of getting rid of Victor Boniface. So it's not as if getting rid too, but they just want to look for a way to offload the Nigerian over the summer. So if you have been watching the Leverkusen game, he has not been featuring, prominently in those games too. Even when they were needing goals, just bring him on like 5 minutes, 3 minutes to the end of the game. It's not be like, I think they're already planning for life, after Victor Boniface. So they're looking for people, club that can actually they can sell him to. I'm hearing that there's still interest, in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia, clubs can actually can still actually bid for him and everything. But it's tough. It's tough. I don't know, maybe there's going to be Premier League interest. I just don't. I find it very hard to just pick out a club that is actually what interested in him now. But for me, I wish him the very best of luck. I know that for sure. I don't think he's going to be playing the band because let's see. I think they're already moving on, except nobody comes for him. Just like what happened in January when he was ready to leave for Saudi Arabia, and he did not actually what materialize. So I think that that was what happened to him. So that is that. I wish him the very best of luck too. So about Victor Osimhen. So I already explained the story to you about Victor Osimhen. Why the thing I think the issue what went off. So it has to do with the wage demand and everything. So I don't think Victor Osimhen is ready to lower his salary, which I think you have to be honest too. What do you want to go and take wage cuts to do? So I don't think he actually wanted to actually to lower his salary. He also wanted to play, and I wish him the very best of luck. I think Chelsea are more prepared now to look for a way to get him. It's because it's now obvious that Chelsea actually needed to get what's it called, a center forward, because that's one of the things that they are lacking. So they needed to actually get a center forward. So they wanted to get Oising. They wanted the Oising, one guy from defender from Bournemouth, and Victor Osimhen. Like two names that they really actually want to get this summer. So I wish him the very best of luck. I hope that the move can actually materialize if he's going to actually join Chelsea, because the way I see, I don't want him to go to Saudi Arabia just now. Saudi will be there, but I just think that it's high time for him not to actually go to Saudi Arabia. I think they see a lot of things for Victor to play and to prove in Europe. So that is that about Victor Osimhen. Let me know your thoughts about that. So let me just I should be having a guest, coming on very soon. Let me see exactly. Let me see how is maybe the guest is ready. So that is that about the news today. So if we'll be focusing on the World Cup qualifiers now, we can discuss about Super Eagle, because the person coming on is a Super Eagle person. I hope the internet is fine. Let me just I'll see you back. I'll see you in a bit. The stream will be ending live now on Instagram, guys. Go and join on YouTube. Go and join on YouTube. Type Grant Football on YouTube. Go and join on YouTube. We will be live there. Go and join on YouTube. Guys, go and join on YouTube. Go go and join on YouTube, guys. Go and join on YouTube. We'll be live. Go and join on YouTube because uh, go and join on YouTube very soon. I'm gonna show up ending it there, guys. Dance football on YouTube. Go and join. You will not want to miss the conversation. Go and show us. Go and join. I think our guest is battling with internet. Let's as we wait for our guest to actually want to comment. So I just want to ask about the prospect of this transfer actually what working out. The prospect of this transfer actually what materializing. For me, if you one thing I cannot deny is that some players will need to change club this summer. That's actually what that some players we need to actually what we need to change. So we need to change club this summer. So and if I'm not mistaken, Victor Osimhen, I think is actually what is part of them because I don't see the reason why Gala went to buy Morata was actually what because Victor Osimhen. I think Victor Osimhen already given them his words that he would not stay beyond this season. That's when they actually went to go and sign Morata. So and Napoli too, there is no going back, of Victor Osimhen to Napoli. Okay. So sorry guys. So let me just try and mhm. So let me just try and sort out this guest out because uh what's it called? Just hold on a second, guys. This hour this day. So the prospect of actually what of this the actually what happening is extremely actually what very high. So guys, so just sorry for the mishap. I'm just trying to actually what get the guests quickly, yeah, so that we don't stay too long, here for so long. We don't actually what stay there for so long. Let me just attend some of the questions too about about the FIFA deducting points. Let me just quickly ask you what address that about actually what FIFA deducting points. The issue is this: the last decision that FIFA made came out in March this year. Decisions like this type of disciplinary decision normally come every what every 3 months. So because it comes every 3 months, so the next one probably is going to be coming around April, May. It's going to be around June or so, towards around June. So it's not as if they have not actually made up their mind about what they wanted to do, but they will actually they will give you like a comprehensive reason why they are taking those points. If you are I just so okay, let me just try like if you have time, what you need to do, please just go on FIFA website. If you go on FIFA website, you will see the list of what the cases they have actually what they have decided, and those they actually what they are trying to sit on. I think, yeah. So the ones that you might have access to are the ones that have been decided. So you can see exactly the way they normally lay out these things. These are like, see, the way they write the case, there's no way somebody can actually say they want to appeal it. It's so detailed. I read the equatorial Guinea situation there. I read that. It was so detailed. So there's nothing in that. The one that FIFA answered was just petition. It was just actually what a petition is. Okay, I think I have my guest now. I think I have my guest now. I think I actually would have my guest now. So I think I have, yes, I think I have my guest now. Yes, I think I actually would have my guest now. So yes, let me just welcome my guest quickly so that we can do it quickly. He's very busy. He doesn't have more time to spend here. So when you see him like this, you don't see gold. So and you guys have seen him on my show before. Let me just try and actually bring him on very well. I hope his internet is stable. Uh, Let me just bring him on very well. So let me just. So okay. So okay, let me just I think we're ready. So yes, yes. Thank you for actually for joining. So I welcome Ifeanyi Udeze, former Nigerian international, former Premier League player, former World Cup player, former PAOK player too. I welcome you, Ifeanyi Udeze. Thank you for joining. Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Thank you, bro. Greetings from my end. Greetings. How are you? Hope you're good.
Yeah, we are good. We are good. We said that anytime we want to hear from you is something that is very deep. We know you are very busy, so we just want to make sure that na sharp sharp we do am. It's okay. Our listeners too will ask you questions. So guys, if you want to ask him questions, just drop with super chat. I would ask him your questions directly. So can you hear me loud and clear, Victim?
Yes, I can hear you. The network's a little bit bad, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I will also ask you what hear you loud and actually what clear too. And I know that I'm just going to ask you this question because just about 2 weeks ago, Abi, it was not last week that we lost a legend in Nigeria. That's someone that coached you in national team, the late Christian Shuku. So so sad. He's a man I really actually would admire. Fantastic personality, and doesn't He does his own things in a professional way, does not is so gentle and fantastic personality. So I want to ask you, how does it make you feel, when you heard about the news that it's late?
Well, I can please. Can you just repeat that question again? Because the network, the line is really
Okay,
shaky. So
yeah, okay. So I said
that's
that
that well. Repeat the question again, please.
when you heard about Christian Shuku that is late, what did you how did you feel about it, about the news? When you heard about Shuku that is late, how do you feel about the news when you heard about it? It's late. Okay, I think maybe probably is having a network issue directly. So I will try and bring him on again. So we are doing a lot of conversations today, but hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Just speak a
Yes.
little bit louder so I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Let me just say it clearly now. So I said that your former coach, died about a
Mm,
few days ago. What when you heard
yeah.
about the news, how did you feel?
Of course, I felt bad. I felt bad because Christian Chukwu Chairman Chia, he's a very, very good person, very good man. This is a coach till his death. I used to have a very, very good relationship with him. He's like a father to me. So when I heard about his death, I was devastated. I was up till now, I'm just trying to get myself, because Christian Chukwu is a very, 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 very funny pa. He's someone that when you're with him, he jokes a lot. You laugh. You forget your problems because he's a very, very, very funny man. The truth is, I when I heard about his death, I felt bad. Up till now, I'm still feeling bad. Up till now.
Yeah, up to now. So and talking about him now, he really trusted you as a player. Then he likes you so much as a
Yeah.
player. What makes you one of his favorite? What do you see? What makes him so special? Because you like him too a lot. When you played under him, what makes him so special?
The network is really bad.
Okay, remember this. The network in your own end is actually what bad, and we have a lot of things to actually talk about today because there is the World Cup qualifier and so on. So, can you hear me now, or you can change your look? Are you hearing me now? Hello. Maybe I should just
Huh?
take him down and see what let him sort his
Hello, can you
network.
hear me?
I can hear you. I think your network is your network is really really bad over there.
Yes, I'm struggling to hear you because the sound they keep echoing.
Echoing.
So
So
it's a
did
bit
you
difficult to hear you clearly.
Okay, are you listening to me on a different device or it's just your phone that you are using?
Just my phone
O-
with an earpiece.
Okay, with an earpiece. Okay. Let's see. Take him off this video. Okay. So okay, let's just talk about if you can show us. Just I don't want to take your time too much, but okay, is he maybe if you remove your video, maybe it's gonna be better slightly. Is he okay if you off your video? Maybe it's gonna be better. Maybe if you off your
Oh,
video,
let
maybe
me
it's
see
gonna
if I
be
can hear
better.
you clearly. All right, go on. I think I can hear you a little bit better
Okay,
now.
better now. Okay. All right. So we have to talk about your journey slightly in the Super Eagles because we need to talk about Super Eagles. Did
Yeah,
you hear me? Okay. So let me just start. This the time that you played World Cup qualifier. Once you
yeah,
qualified, Another one, qualify.
Yeah.
The one where you qualify, that's what I want. I still remember.
Yeah.
You know that you went to Sierra Leone, you lost in Sierra Leone 1-0. They now
Yeah.
sacked Joe Bonfrey that time. Do you think, say, if they didn't sack Joe Bonfrey, now go qualify? I want to ask you that thing.
Okay, you're talking about in 2000 Germany
1.
2006 World Cup.
No, 2001.
Yeah.
2001. When Joe Bonfrey was your
No,
coach,
we qualified for 2002 World Cup.
the World Cup. Yes, you know that.
Uh, uh,
No, not Joe Bonfrey. When Joe Bonfrey started the qualifiers,
yeah,
they
yeah,
sacked him. They now brought in
yeah,
late Keshi and Amadou. Do you think that
yeah.
if they did not sack Joe Bonfrey, now go qualify?
Well, for me, I still believe we'll still qualify if Joe Bonfrey was still the coach. Because
Okay.
I think what the NFF did then, they didn't want to take any chances.
Yeah.
We went to away against Sierra Leone. We
Yes.
lost against Sierra Leone in
Yes.
Sierra Leone. It was a
Uh-huh.
difficult game, though, bruv. It was difficult because then there was still war in Sierra Leone. First,
Mm.
you asked me how we got to Sierra Leone. It wasn't easy for us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to an airport in Sierra
Mm-hmm.
Leone. We had to take
Mm-hmm.
another plane from that airport to the state where we play our game.
Mm.
Now we cannot go by road. We can't go by road because of the war, they destroyed the bridge that
Mm.
linked to that town that we're going to. Okay, because there
Mm-hmm.
was still war in Sierra Leone back then. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so when we got to the airport in Sierra Leone, we had to take another plane. So they had to
Mm-hmm.
get us a military plane to take us from that city to where we are going to play our game, and it
Uh-huh.
was quite scary because the military plane cannot fly that high. It has to be
Mm.
very
Yes.
low so that they don't take down our plane. Yeah, it was scary, bro. That's the
Mm.
truth. It was pretty scary, you know.
Yeah.
So when we got to the city, you know,
Yeah.
everywhere was deserted
Yeah.
because there was still war there.
Mm-hmm.
When we got to the airport, that was the according to them then, for a very long time, they've not come together, as citizens to come together to forget about the war, come together to sit down and watch a football match. That was the first time they dropped their arms, dropped everything. They came together to watch a football match. My brother,
Mm.
waiting we see was scary because
Mm.
that was when I get to know that war is not good, my brother. War is not
Mm.
good. We saw too many scary people at the stadium, very scary, and they were telling us today, unu go die here today, unu go die here today, unu go die here
Uh-uh.
today. That was what they are telling us. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
seriously, on a more serious note, unu go die here today, unu no go leave this stadium, unu go die here today. Everybody was afraid, my brother. Everybody
Mm.
was afraid. So we
Mm.
went into that game with fear,
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of
Mm.
fear,
Yes.
you
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh.
fear, So
Oh.
that's why I tell you that I believe that if Bonfrey still continued as our
Yeah.
coach, then we would have still
Yeah.
qualified. It's just
Oh.
that one game against Sierra Leone that we lost, and then he got they got to tell him they told him to leave,
Yeah.
But if he was still the coach, then we would have still qualified, my brother.
Yes. But I want to now ask you this question. The big boss himself, late Kistimi Keshi and Shuaibu Amodu. Then,
Mm.
because when I saw you play in Obdoma against Sudan, you were in that game too now. In fact,
Yes,
one thing I have to give you your flowers for. See, I've never
yes.
seen any game where you play for Nigeria, where you know put your body, just like Victor Osimhen. You go put
True,
body. So
true.
then, what I saw you play differently under Amadu and Keshi. What did they do
Yes, yeah.
differently to Joe Bonfrey then?
I think for me, basically, late Coach Shaibu Amodu and late Stephen Keshi.
Mm-hmm.
These two guys were very, very close buddies, very, very close
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Yeah.
So them working together was something for me. I don't know how to explain it, but they have this kind of understanding that I think it goes beyond coaching. The
Mm.
friendship or their friendship was very, very
Mm-hmm.
tight, and the understanding was there. So for me, I think Amodu, it's a man, is a coach. Late Shaibu Amodu, may his soul continue to rest in peace. Also,
Amen.
Stephen Keshi is a coach that I want to believe in me so much during our playing
Mm-hmm.
days, so much to the extent that during our pre-match meetings, when he will tell number two, okay, this is what I want you to do. Number five, this is what I want you to do. Number six, number 10, number 8, number 11, this is what I want you to do. But when he gets to number 3, Amadu will be like, Udeze, you know what to do. I don't need to tell you. You know what to
Mm.
do. He believes in me so much, so
Mm.
much. I think Amadu knows how to psychologically, knows how to enter his players psychologically, try
Yeah.
to build them, get them
Yeah.
ready for every game. And
Yeah.
Amadu will let you understand that, listen, it's not a do or die. You are
Yeah.
a good player. This is your
Mm-hmm.
time to show the world that you are a good player. So
Yeah.
what he will say is, he will say the ball is in your hand.
Yeah.
Now you hold knife, now you hold yam, cut them as
Yeah.
you like. That's what he said.
Mm.
Yes,
That's it. You
So
know.
for me, when you talk about these coaches now, yeah, I want to cry. Let's be honest, because
Yeah.
I have a very good relationship with these coaches. Maybe they're so continuing to rest in peace. Shaibu
Yeah.
Amodu, Stephen Keshi, and also Christian Chuku.
Yeah. Let me just, because of your time, let me just move quickly. During that time when you did play, there used to be your very good friend, Eric Ejiofor. He was playing
Yeah,
for Enyimba then. I remember
yeah,
our game against Liberia in Port Harcourt. He was the one that
yeah,
paired Taribo West that day.
yeah, yeah.
Enyimba player marking George Weah. But the late Ashiwabu Modu knew how he did it that day. I want to ask you, two in one, how did he motivate Eric Ejiofor that day? And secondly, we say, why is it now difficult for us to bring a defender to come and play for Super Eagles now from local league?
For me, I think what I would say is Eric Ejiofor, a good player back in the days, was a very, very good
Yeah,
player, and no
yeah.
doubt, good defender.
Mm-hmm.
He was, I think, he was playing back then. He was playing his trade, I
Remember?
think, at Israel. Israel,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
good defender,
Mm-hmm.
tall, agile, strong. And one thing about our team is back in the days is that we have leaders in our team. In every department, we have leaders. When it comes to defense, Taribo West, he controls
Mm-hmm.
everything. He tell you when to
Yeah.
move, when not to
Mm-hmm.
move. He
Mm-hmm.
gives you that confidence. When it comes to the midfield, we have JJ Okocha, who will
Mm-hmm.
talk to you, and also Sunday Olise. That is the
Mm-hmm.
main man. He talks to you, let you know you must do like this, you must do like that. So I think for me, that is what these present Super Eagles don't have. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have a real leader, someone who can control, who can talk to the players and let them know, and also not just to talk to the players, also read the players, know when they switch off, so you can
Mm-hmm.
call them back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know when your teammate is off the game,
Mm-hmm.
you have to call him back into the game. Hey,
Yeah.
come on, Udeze, this is not you. Come on, wake up. Then Udeze will now realize, okay, I'm not in the game. I have to
Yeah.
come back into the game.
Mm.
So
Mm.
big difference. Big
Mm.
difference. Listen, presently we have good players. We have the materials.
Mm-hmm.
Presently we have the materials. We have them. That
Yeah.
is just the gospel truth. We have them. But in the Super Eagles, what we lack, we don't have a leader yet.
Mm-hmm.
A leader is not someone who just wear a captain's armband and
Yeah.
just stand there as a captain. No, you
Yeah.
must talk, you must communicate,
Mm-hmm.
you must communicate to the rest of your teammates.
Yeah.
Must, you know.
Yes.
So for me, those are the difference.
Different. Okay. You when you came first to Super Eagles, the first time I knew you was Meridian Cup,
Yeah,
the 1997. That's the first time I knew. I heard about you, and you were meant to go to this under 17 then, but because they forget
yeah,
your
yeah,
passport or so. I forgot the year.
yeah,
They forgot your
yeah.
passport, so we didn't see you. We didn't hear from you. Even in Nigeria 1997, we don't hear from you, but you
Mm,
hear say we don't go Greece. Then that was the story.
yeah,
When you were coming back to Nigeria, so say you won't play against Zambia also. Was it Zambia? So there was Select then. Does it
yeah,
make you scared that Select was playing the Premier League then, and you are coming
yeah.
from the Greek league? Does it
From
make you
Greece.
scared that
Yeah.
I don't feel play? I mean, waiting. How did you feel when you first entered that? Say somebody who the Premier League.
You know, one thing about me is I remember back in the days. You
Mm-hmm.
know what Taribo West used to call me up to today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Taribo West used to call me small boy with big hearts.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
shows in your game. It shows in your game.
yeah, that's what Taribo West used to call me. He would say small boy with big hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a kind of person. I love challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I love challenge. I
Mm-hmm.
love competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love competition.
Yeah.
When I was invited back then
Mm-hmm.
to the Super Eagles, of course I knew that Celestine was there.
Mm-hmm.
I knew,
Mm-hmm.
but I had one thing in mind. And what is that? What I have in mind was, if I have an opportunity, for
Mm-hmm.
sure, I am going to showcase myself. I am
Hmm.
going to sell myself to the world.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, when I got to the national team, Celestine did not come. He was invited, but he didn't honor the invitation. You know,
Hmm.
So that was how I got my opportunity to play my first game for Super
Yes.
Eagles back then in 2001
Mm-hmm.
against Zambia.
Zambia. Yes.
And when I look at myself on that very day of the game, they say, okay, Udeze, you're starting the game. You're starting the game. You're going to start.
Yeah.
When I got into the field, my brother, I used my hand, I slapped the grass 3 times. I said, today, this stadium, I must show. If I not show, now be say you go kill me or I go kill you, this stadium.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, on a more serious note, I used my
Yeah.
palm, I wiped that stadium. When I was going into the pitch, I wiped the stadium. I said, today, this stadium, today, this grass, I must show
Hmm.
today, you must obey me, and I must show. I must show the world say I be a very good player. I must show Nigerians say I be star player. If I don't show
Hmm.
today, it's either you kill me for this stadium or I go kill you or I'll kill you. You will be stadium, I will kill you.
Hmm.
Those were my words then, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
So for me, I'm somebody that I love challenge, my brother. I love
Yeah.
challenge.
It got to a stage that when Adegboye Onigbide became coach of Super Eagle, he could not drop
Yeah,
you again. He now played you and
yeah.
Celestine on the left
So
wing.
let's yeah,
On the
yeah.
left wing. So how does
Yes.
that one make you feel? Because you became undroppable. Like you were so good. No, in fact, if they mention this now your name be the first name because you they give 100%. So how does that one make you feel? We say they don't even drop you again. You don't become after just 2 years for that Super Eagles, you don't become star. How
Yeah,
does that one make you
yeah.
feel?
Of course, I felt honored. I
Mm-hmm.
felt great.
Mm-hmm.
But for my mind, I know say that my hard work, that my
Hmm.
hard work,
Hmm.
yes, that my hard work I show. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Selecting star player, very very good player, very
Yeah.
unique,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely, lovely player,
Yeah.
lovely
Fantastic.
player.
Yeah.
Till today we are friends,
Yeah.
very good friends.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
So I felt when Onigbede came on board during Japan Korea
Yeah.
2002 World Cup.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, um, he looked at me, he looked at Celestine Babayaro. He called
Yeah.
us together. I said, "Come." You see, I don't want to drop any of you. I don't want to put
Hmm.
any of you in the bench. I want to try something and see if it's going to work. And I said, what is that? And Celestine said, what's that? He said he wants to play the two of us together.
Hmm.
Together.
Hmm.
Let's be on the left side and see how it's going and see what comes out of it. And
Hmm.
I was like, we did that in a friendly game. I think either against, I forgot, either
Against
against
Paraguay.
Uruguay or
Paraguay.
Paraguay. Yes,
Paraguay.
in
Yeah.
London, Paraguay. God
Yeah.
bless you,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
London. And then
Yeah.
it went well. It worked.
Yeah.
It works. Whenever I overlap, Celestine will
Yeah.
stay behind, then I will stay up.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
Celestine overlaps, I will stay behind, he will stay up.
Yeah.
So it was a great feeling though.
Yeah.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. So towards the end, because I'm going towards this Super Eagle matter now, because I want to ask you one question. Towards the end of your career too for Super Eagles,
Mm,
there was a certain Taiwo coming up there.
yeah,
Then Sele was I think when he was suspended in Tunisia, I
yeah,
don't think he came back
yeah,
again. But at
yeah,
that time, Taiwo they come
yeah,
and
yeah,
he don't become star for that Super Eagle.
yeah, yeah.
At what time do you think say, my time is up? At what time do you know? Say, was it the injury or it got to a stage where you say you think say, make this boy the place most of say my time is up. At what time?
For me, at no time,
Hmm.
because what kept me out of the Super Eagles was injury. I got
Yeah,
injured.
yeah.
Did about early in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, yes,
Yeah, 2006, yeah.
2006. I did
Yeah.
early 2006 January.
Uh-huh.
I had an operation in
Yeah.
2006
Sorry,
January. I
sorry.
did another one.
Sorry, hold on a sec. You might correct me. Did you get injured against Angola in Kano?
Yes, that was it. Yes, that was where the whole thing started. Yes, in
Mm-hmm.
2005, I got
Yes.
injured.
Yeah.
Yes, I got injured. So I was
Mm-hmm.
managing the injury throughout 2005,
Yeah.
but it got worse in
Mm-hmm.
2005 December.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't play that much.
Mm.
So in 2006, I had to do about two operations in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Taiwo was a very good player, no doubt, a very, very good player. But for me, my brother, I did the give up. No, I love challenge. I love
Yes, yes,
challenge.
yes.
I love challenge. So the only thing that kept me out from the national team from
Mm-hmm.
2006 was the injury. Was
Yuri.
the injury
Yeah,
I had back then. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. So now let's move on to like these current Super Eagles because you know, we saw what happened in the game against Zimbabwe at home. We saw some senior players maybe they did not do their work or things like that.
Mm.
So if senior player could be making mistakes like this, what does he tell younger ones? How do you manage that situation if you are the leader of the team and the job wey you suppose do, they do am? How do you control
Yeah.
that situation?
Well, the truth of the matter, we say, is football.
Mhm.
Um, um, the truth is Ekong was supposed to shadow mark that player and make
Yes,
sure he gets the ball or
yes,
allow the ball to go to go out of to go like let's to go kick.
yes,
So we can have a goal kick. But the truth is, it happened so fast. I think he was
yes,
just trying to be careful. I
yes,
didn't want to make any mistake by causing a penalty against our team.
yes.
I think the truth is, Trus Ekong, it just happened, my brother. And when things like
Mm-hmm.
that happen, there's nothing they can do. That's the
Mm-hmm.
truth. Trus Ekong is a very good player, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good player. Remember, the last AFCON, he was the
Mm-hmm.
best player at the last AFCON. He's a very good
Yes,
player, no doubt.
yes.
Against Zimbabwe, I don't know. I don't really know what happened, but
Mm-hmm.
we all felt bad. I also felt for him because the silly mistake was from him. to second, but it happened means it happened, so we just got to move on, bro.
Yeah.
I think in all of this, it's difficult to accept mistakes like that, in a very, very, very crucial and difficult game like that
Yeah.
against Zimbabwe, because we
No.
needed the whole 3 point. We
Yes.
needed the 3 point.
Mm-hmm.
Then then from nowhere, silly mistake from our captain to second, well experienced player.
Mm-hmm.
But these things happen sometimes when a player switches off.
Uh-huh.
Then for sure you see those kind of mistakes
Um,
happen. But
yeah.
there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take away the fact that Trus Ekong
Yeah.
is a very good player till tomorrow,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
good central defender. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in him so much.
Yeah.
But it just happened, bro.
Just happened. So, and I have to, ask you these questions about bringing in new players and also, the old ones in there. I know that I've heard you several times say that that one and two World Cup, to say they don't really change that team well, you for still do well for that World Cup. But because they brought in so many new players, it affected the
Yeah,
chemistry of the team, and the
yeah,
team did not really do well during that World Cup. So I want to ask you this
yeah.
question. Do you think this current Super Eagle needs like complete change? Or what do you think? Because it's like the energy level of some players is dropping in these Super Eagles.
Mm,
Make we not lie to ourselves. Some
mm,
people cannot play that 90 minutes again. I don't want to mention names. When I saw around
mm.
8 minutes against Zimbabwe, legs were, I
Yeah,
can see the
yeah,
legs are tied that midfield. So what do you
yeah.
think the coach should be doing now? Do you think total change, or what do you think it should be doing now? Because clearly the man is tough now. It's in a difficult situation.
Well, for me, like I said before, we have good players in our Super Eagles, very good players,
Mm-hmm.
very, very good players. But the truth is, um, some players need competition.
Hmm.
They need someone to compete with them. That's
Yes.
what I see. I think some players in that team are seeing themselves as let me use the word in quotes, the Baba of them all. Yes,
Hmm.
they are seeing
Hmm.
themselves as the Baba of them all, like they are
Mm-hmm.
untouchable, unshakable.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they need is competition. Brings new players to compete with them.
Yes.
I will not come here and tell you that no, those players no, their legs are tired. They cannot do it anymore in the national team. No, I will not come here and say that. No, I will
Mm-hmm.
not do that because I know they can still play as long as they play for their club sides week
Mm-hmm.
in, week out.
Yeah.
Of course, they can still play for the national team. Of
Mm-hmm.
course. But what they
Mm-hmm.
need is competition. Because they need
Yes.
somebody to compete with them in that position.
Yeah.
Yes, so they will understand that no, someone is really competing with me, so I need to
Yeah.
give my best. In their club
Yeah.
side, let's ask ourselves one question. Why are they giving out their best, like 120% in their club sides? Why? Because they have someone competing with them there
Hmm.
in their
Yes.
club side. Yes.
Yes.
But in the national team, they see themselves as Baba of them all.
Hmm.
No competition for them. So all those things need to change. It needs to change.
Mm.
It needs to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Yes, the coach needs to get a player. Get in every position, you must get about 3, 4 players in every
Every,
position.
every
So
position.
they
Mm.
compete with you. So anytime they call you up, they could invite you to the national team. If you don't give out your best, somebody else will take over your position and play. Then you be at the bench and
Yeah.
watch. It's
Yeah.
simple as ABCD.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually was like that. The team needs competition, needs people to bring people in so that they can actually
Yeah.
sit on actually on their own.
Exactly.
So let me just move on slightly, and ask you this question. I know that you have not really made a comment about this man, Eric Shell. So, and I know that you take time to make comment about a particular coach, but in the two games you saw, against Zimbabwe and Rwanda, what's your
Mm.
take on Eric Sekushel? What's your take? What did the man impress you? Did he do some things right? What's your take on Eric
Oh,
Shell?
all right. Let me be honest with you. Initially, from day one, When
Mm-hmm.
they announced Eric Shell as our new Super Eagles coach,
Yeah.
believe you me, I did not have that confidence in him
Yeah.
that he is the man to take us to that promised land.
Yes.
Okay? No, I
Yes.
didn't. You know, but on the other hand, there was nothing I could do, or there was nothing I can do. I just
Mm-hmm.
need to support Eric Shell and
Mm-hmm.
um, and see and see what he
Mm-hmm.
has to offer.
Yeah.
So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I think from his first two games,
Yeah.
two official games
Mm-hmm.
against Rwanda and
Mm-hmm.
Zimbabwe,
Mm-hmm.
for me, uh, I think I'll give him a pass mark. He has done well. He has
Yeah.
tried as a
Yeah.
coach. He did very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I give him kudos. Yes. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
give him kudos. He did well.
Mm-hmm.
Over 10, I will give him about 7 over 10.
Okay.
He did
Okay.
well. I think he wants to win. He wants to
Yeah.
win every game.
Yeah.
We just unfortunate that what happened with Zimbabwe happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But from the little I saw, I think he can do good things, great things with our
Yeah.
national team.
Yeah.
But he just need to be focused and
Yeah.
no distraction.
Yeah.
He shouldn't allow anybody at all, to push him to do what he doesn't want to do. Maybe by
Yes.
inviting players that are not that cannot help the national team or they are not
Yeah.
up to that standard, our national team standard.
Yeah.
That is just the thing. But for me, I think he's not a bad coach. He's not a
Yeah.
bad coach. That's the truth. We just need
Yeah.
to support him and see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, your I'm gonna wrapping it up now, guys. If you have questions, drop it in the chat box. I'm going to ask you
Uh,
because it's got small time that she was spent here. So I'm going to ask you this question. We have a star player now, Victor James Osimhen. Then you had Jose Agawa. What is there similarities between Victor Osimhen and Julius, your very good friend? Right from insurance days. Is there any similarities between the two of them? Do you see anything similar
ah,
between the two of them?
yes, yes. I think the zeal, the zeal.
Yes, yes,
They have this zeal.
yeah,
They always want to win every game.
yes,
Whenever they don't win a game, they get angry. The same thing with
yes,
Julius. And whenever
yes,
they don't score, they want to score in every game they play. They
yes,
want they want to score. They want to register their own goal.
yeah,
Whenever they
yeah,
don't score in a game, they are
yeah,
not happy. They always want to score
yes,
in a game.
yes.
Always, always. So
Mm,
there's this similarity there. Yes, I see it, and
okay.
um, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing when you have a striker that wants to score in every game.
Every,
Every
yes,
game he wants to score. I mean, come on. It's a very, very good thing. Those are the kind of strikers I want in my
yeah,
team. During my
team.
playing days, they call me Mr. Bonus. I love bonus, match bonus. So you as a striker, you must score for me. You must score. I want to
Yeah,
see. Don't let my bonus just pass me by you. If you don't
yeah,
score, yeah, you will get
yeah,
problem as a striker. We'll have
yeah,
problem. That's the
yeah,
truth.
yeah. And I like that. I like that. And before I wrap it up, I have to mention a particular player, Victor Boniface. You know, there'll be a lot of noise. Even myself, I've heard them shout on social media
Mm,
that
mm.
it's not working for him in national team. I know
Mm.
that there's some players then that we brought during your time too that it didn't really work for them now, like Peter Ige, did not really work for him in
Yeah.
national team. Do you
Mm.
think, say, some players are just club players? They're not national team players. Say national team are different ball game. Do you agree with that too? So that some players are just for their club, not
Um.
national team.
Well. For me, I don't really agree to that. Because the truth of the matter is, every player, every football player wants to play for his national team.
Yes.
Every football player wants to play for his national team.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Boniface, very good player, fantastic
Yeah.
striker.
Yeah.
Fantastic striker. Yes. When it comes to club level, when he's playing for his club, Bayer Leverkusen, he's always scoring, week in, week out, always banging in the goals, always. But when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
the national team, we don't see that Victor Boniface that we used to see with his club side. playing for his club side, Bayern Leverkusen. I think the problem Victor Boniface is having is it has to do with confidence. It has to do with confidence. I think Victor Boniface is seeing a lot of strikers, especially Victor Osimhen. When you watch Victor Osimhen plays, for me, that's my opinion. That's what I see. There's a kind of player you see in your team playing. You guys are playing the same position. That player is playing.
Yeah.
You will have in your mind, in your heart, in your head, you'll be like, no. There is no way I will play ahead of this player. I will only try. For me, I think that's the little problem because Victor Boniface is having. I think in the sea, for me, Victor Osimhen overshadow Victor Boniface for national team. That's what I see. And Victor Boniface need to wake up and say, "Come, no. Whenever I have my playing time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I need to go in there and show my worth with the national team." He's a good player. Anybody that is saying that Victor Osimhen is not a good player, he's not a national team player, the person is lying. Let me be honest with you. He's a good player. He can play for the national team and score goals. But Victor Boniface needs someone to bring out his confidence. Bring out his confidence and let him know that, come on, you are a good player. You are doing it with your club side by Leverkusen. You can also do it in the national team. But you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. So for me, I just want to see him score goals for our national team. Victor Boniface, he's a good player, no doubt.
You mentioned this confidence level now, and I want to bring you to this matter. Your very good friend too, Yakuba Egbedi. I remember there was a time in Super Eagles, we get Makewa, we get Martins, we get Agawa, we get Yakubu for that. If they call somebody go score, a call another person go score. Like everybody, they score the way they like at that time. So if they call Martins, you can't drop you. I remember Martins score for us against Rwanda in World Cup qualifier. So you think it's happening to this generation of players? Is it that they are over pampering them than your sets? You think and they use and they scratch their head too much? I mean, waiting. Do you think that is the way they manage them?
For me, I think the difference between that time and now is it's all the strikers back then that you mentioned, Julius Agawa, Bafemi Martins, Makinwa, Yakuba Yegbeni, Victor Agali, all these players love competition. They want to play. So when you give them the opportunity, they try to use it and use it well. That's the difference. But these days, our players, they easily feel comfortable in their comfort zone. You get? They'll be like, well, after all, they play for my club side. Well, if I call national team, if I don't play no while, I go back my club side, I'll start playing again. I'll start scoring goals there. Yes, now. But then, we have competition now. We have powerful strikers, lovely strikers. Those who really want, they are waiting for their playing time. Just give them their playing time and leave the rest. So there are difference, and we have these strikers that when you see them in training, me will be defender. We're supposed to be jam attacker. Now attacker they jam me before back in the days in training. You can imagine. That shows you that they can't wait to get their playing time. They are all fighting to be starter. They want to start. They want to play in every game. So that's just the difference. But we like I said before, we have good strikers, good materials. Good players in our national team. But it's just for them to build their confidence level and then believe in themselves when it comes to the national team.
Yeah. So and we're going to round up by talking about you a few times, but I just want to talk about Victor Osimhen. There've been issue of transfer, and transfer.
Mhm.
If you are Victor Osimhen's advisor now, would you advise him to go to Saudi Arabia?
Well, everybody with their own, but the truth is, personal awards are also important in football. I understand that part very
Mm-hmm.
well. But the truth is everybody know what he wants.
Mm.
If you can see me and my brother,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't go Europe, tie and rope, can I go Saudi Arabia? I'm gonna go collect the money. Because at the end of the day, what are we playing for? We are playing this football for the money, my brother. At the end of the day,
Yes.
if we are
Yes.
playing for the money at the end of the day. If not my brother, I will carry my friends. We will go Galatasaray, tie and rope, bundle and put inside play. Go Saudi Arabia, go collect the money. We'll go and collect the money. Yes. Because at the end of the day, we are playing this football for the money. But I understand some players
Mm-hmm.
wants to win personal awards and all of that, and all of that, which is important as well.
Yeah.
But everybody with their own, my brother. Everybody with
Mm-hmm.
their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I understand. I understand. For me, with Nigerians, wishing the very best of luck. Fantastic player. He gives his 100% when there's what playing for the
Yeah,
national team. So,
yeah,
these people are asking questions, but we're about to wrap it up now. During your time, is your friend, your Abbey George, that used to be the foreign born player, Onibo
yeah,
player, with
yeah,
another wing with the Super Eagles
yeah,
then. But half
yeah.
of this level now, they are gone abroad. We could not lie to ourselves. Do you think, say, that is affecting the Super Eagles?
Um. Well, I think it is affecting the Super Eagles a little bit, because when you have too many of the foreign-born players in the team,
Mm-hmm.
um, they don't know how it feels when they lose an important game here in Nigeria.
Mm.
Because after the game they go back to their base. But the players that they are home born, they give birth to them here. Whenever they
Mm.
lose a game, after the season they will still come back to Nigeria, and people will still stroll them, talk to them. Why una no qualify for World Cup? Why una play
Mm-hmm.
badly? Why una do like this? But
Mm-hmm.
those foreign born players, at the end of the day, they go back to their base, and go there to chill. But that doesn't mean they don't want to qualify. That doesn't mean they don't feel hot when we lose a game. But
Mm-hmm.
there's just a slight little difference. So for me, I think it affects just a little bit, a little
Mm.
bit.
Little bit. But if we don't call foreign born now, we don't get player again. No.
No,
We
that's
don't
why I
get.
say a little bit. No, whether
Yeah.
whether whether foreign born, no foreign born, they are Nigerians.
The
They
Nigerians,
have
yes.
they, they have they have equal rights to come and represent
Represent
their
Nigeria.
their 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 fatherland or their motherland. You know,
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
truth. They have every right once they are called
Right.
upon. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm just saying because you were then born here. When you play a game, you lose a game or you don't qualify. You still come and do your holiday here. Your family is here. Your
Yes.
siblings are here. They go through a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
They go through a lot when you don't qualify. When you're part of the players that play the game for Super Eagles and you guys didn't qualify for the World Cup or so. Let me give you an example. In 2005, we didn't qualify for World Cup to Germany 2006. You
Yes.
know, I went back to my base in abroad. I know what my family were going through here. They will call me wherever they go. People will point at them. I say, now this is a family. Like them no qualify for a World Cup 2006. So see them. My family. I feel bad
Yeah.
when that happened. Yes, I feel really bad when my family called me and say, look at what's going on. I feel bad. But most of these are foreign born players. Most of their
Yeah.
families are in abroad, are there with them. So when they come here after the game, they go back to meet their siblings in abroad. So none of their family is feeling the heat here. Do you
Hmm.
get?
Yes.
So
yes.
that's the difference.
Hmm, hmm. Hey, um, this is a very, you're looking at it from a different angle. But if you now look at the way we are producing players back home, they produce player again. For example, now every season we used to see, oh, a player played in this thing, played in Yakubu left
But
Julius Baga to play in Israel, from Israel to England. We see that progression and everything. But what do you think is the problem? He left insurance to Greece. Before you know it, he played for West Brom in the English Premier League. What do you think is the problem now that we don't get those players again?
the truth you say, my brother, it's deep. It's
Hmm.
deep because when you look at our players playing our local league here,
Mm-hmm.
all of them want to be a professional player now. All of
Yes.
them want to go to abroad, no
Mm-hmm.
matter where it is. Tell them you have a club for them in Macedonia, they will go. Tell them you
Yes.
have a club for them in Singapore, they will go. Tell them
Hmm.
you have a club for them in Albania, they will go.
Hmm.
Why? Because they are not happy playing in the MPFL, because they are being owned money. They are being
Yeah.
owned their salary. They will owe them salaries 5 months, pay them 2 months, owe them another 5 months, pay them 2 months. So they are all eager to leave. They don't even Uganda, they will go and play. As long as they see their salaries every month, they receive their salary, they will go and play. So I think a lot is going on, my brother.
Hmm.
Nigeria football, I think our NFL need to do a lot. They have a
Yeah.
lot of work to do. The
Yeah.
MPFL board, they have a lot of work to do. They
Yeah.
have to really reform the league,
Uh-huh.
and make things work.
Yeah.
That the problem we're having here is they are owing the players a lot in Nigerian league. So every
Hmm.
player wants to leave the Nigerian league. No player wants to have patience, play the league, and have good offer in abroad in Europe.
Yeah.
What they
Yeah.
do as they are playing, tell a player you have an offer for the player maybe in Uganda or even in Cameroon. As long
Mm-hmm.
as that player will get his money regularly every month, his salary is regular. The player
Yes.
will
Yeah.
leave to Cameroon, play in
Hmm.
Cameroon. So it's a big problem, my brother. It's a big
Yeah.
problem back home
Yeah.
here, in Nigeria. So that's why we're here. We've been
Yeah.
talking, and we will keep talking. We
Okay.
will keep
Yes.
talking. If
Yeah.
they like, when they put iron for our head, we will still
Yeah.
talk.
So,
We'll
so,
talk.
finally now, two questions because time is already fast spent. I'm going to break it down. This broadcasting, what you they do, you know, some Gen Zs here did not even watch you play. So when they mention for you, they say, journalist. So no, he plays for West Brom. We also see your junior brother too, John Obi Mikel, also, doing podcasts and everything. So when you are playing,
Yeah.
is that you like to talk? Do you like to talk? Are you behind these things? No, because Mikel for me, we don't they talk when they play, but now
Yes,
Mikel
that's
is talking. So
true.
I will be thinking about, okay, you want, because I won't lie to you, we enjoy your show. A lot of people have been hailing you here. They admire you.
Ah,
Because you always give us what we want. So is it that you have been thinking about this broadcasting thing since, or just something if you can do it? Oh,
let me be honest with you. I used to be a very shy person, a very,
uh-huh.
very shy person.
Yeah,
A very shy person. I used to be a very shy person.
yeah,
But when the chairman of Brilla
yeah,
say come, he wants me to come
yeah,
and see if I'll
yeah,
have my own show.
yeah,
At first I declined.
yeah,
He said no. I said okay.
yeah,
Let me go and think about it and come back.
yeah,
But he's a very great man, Dr. Larry Zamoje, very
yeah.
very great
Fantastic,
man.
fantastic man. Yeah,
Very great man. Yes, a very very great man.
no, no,
He
double
keep
doctor.
giving me the pressure. Say he keep telling me. He said, "I believe in you. I know you
Yeah,
can do it. You
yeah.
have to. You I believe in you." And one day I just summoned the courage. I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
I called him. I said, "Okay, double doctor. All right, let's do it."
Yeah.
And today, the
Yeah.
rest is now history.
And then I
So
history.
big shout out to Dr. Larry,
Yeah. Yeah.
chairman chair, the double
Yeah.
doctor. Big shout out to him. Yeah, great man.
Yeah.
Lovely. He's like an elder brother to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes he calls me in, he lecture me. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, yes, it's good, but you have to do like this, do it this way, do it this way. You have to
Yeah.
act like this. And I mean,
Yeah.
when you have someone who's like an elder brother to you, who
Mhm.
always try to be there for you, for sure,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have no choice but to also love that person as well and take
Yeah.
that person as your
Yeah.
elder brother. So Dr. Larry Zamoje, yes, I cut on for him. Yes, na chairman
Yeah.
chair MD. Too much man.
Fantastic.
Too much man.
Fantastic man. We used to enjoy him in the early 90s too. Used to do
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it's what we know. All these computer these things. We used to, that was in the early 90s. So now, final question is
Yeah.
this: Super Eagles going to the World Cup. In your, what
That's sports.
do you think they can qualify? And if they want to qualify, what do you think they should do?
Come again, please.
What if do you think they can qualify for the World Cup? I think so. But if they will qualify, what do you think they should do to qualify for the World Cup? What do you think they should do?
Well, our chances of qualifying for the World Cup 2026 is very slim. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest. Very, very slim, my brother. Very, very slim. Very slim. But still on still, it's not over until it's over.
Mm-hmm.
We'll still keep trying and
Mm-hmm.
to see if we can still make it. But our chances are very, very, very slim. That is just the
Mm-hmm.
truth.
Yeah.
But for me, if eventually we didn't make it to the World Cup, I think it's just to the next thing is just for the NFF to give other players opportunity to also come into the national team
Mm-hmm.
and see. We have to start rebuilding. We have to start rebuilding, give other players opportunity to come in, and let's see.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
but we still have a very slim chance of qualifying. Very,
Yeah.
very slim, very slim. But well, for now, I don't want to say, oh, I can't come here and say no, we'll not qualify. But let's just keep trying, and
Yeah.
let's see. It's not over yet. It's not
Yeah.
over. So we just
Yeah.
we'll keep trying until the
Yeah.
last day, and see if we can still make it. But if we don't, then so
Yeah.
be it. And the only thing is just for us to try and see how we just
I will.
rebuild our national team, the Super
Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah, so that's actually what ends that. It's been a very lovely conversation. I don't want to overshoot my time. With Nigeria football legends. I call him a legend because if they play for Nigeria, you play your hearts out all the time. That's why. I mean, we can't lie to you,
Uh,
eh? The way they play, I don't say you grew up in a Jegunle, Jegunle, but the energy where they put, ah, for
my
Nigeria,
my
it's like
brother, my brother, I need that bonus. I get people from Ajegule we dey rely on that bonus. We want do one thing or the other. So that batch bonus very
yeah.
important to me, my brother. Very important.
Yeah. So even Daisy, thank you for actually for joining. I really
Yeah.
actually would appreciate you, even Daisy. So
Thank you,
thank you
bro.
for
Thank you so
joining.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And
All
greetings
right.
to everyone. Yes, greetings to everyone. Appreciate
All
you,
right.
man. Much
Yeah.
love.
Thank
Much love. Cheers, man.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like former Nigeria International. If I knew Daisy, and lovely conversation, and there's still a lot of things that we're gonna show what is going to be part of our AFCON. Let's do our AFCON program. Let's just let me just bring some people on. Let me just bring some people on, and yeah, let me bring some people on. So quickly, so guys, there's link there. Just come and actually say some few things, and we wrap it up. So that's actually what if there's a lovely conversation. We went through the it's time with Super Eagles then versus Super Eagles now. What's the major difference between them? You guys can actually what CSA why it talks say, so when you have to show some things, say this is national team, you really actually what want it, and For me, that's why you see that this current generation, is just, they give me the type of joy away the previous ones they give me because, some players don't show enough commitment. We said it before that why are they playing well for their club side and they are not playing well for the national team? It's based on two things. What are two things? Maybe there is no competition or there is no motivation even to even do well when they come to the national team. So he said it all. So for me, that's why as I'm supporting Eric Shell, inviting new players to come to the national team so I can give these guys what competition. So let me just appreciate my gifter, Kola Bright. Thank you for your gift. It's good to buy. Oh, thank you, Kola. Kola, it's good to actually over. Nice to actually to see you. If you have time, can actually just pop in. So that is it for me. I just think that that motivation needs to be there. Bringing new players for competition. So I'm hearing that. The what's it called, the team that's going to play this Unity Cup. I know they're going to be new players that will be coming to play this Unity Cup. I'm actually happy about that. There will be some old players, but majority of the players that will be there against Ghana and also in the final game too, they're going to be like new players. Let them come and actually take a claim. Let them see. Maybe they can actually still benefit, still, add something to our national team. So I'm happy, he's working around the clock. And I can tell you that the list is coming out in like maybe probably at the start of May. So they're going to release the list. Some players have been invited already, know that they were part of the cup. So it's communicating with players. Maybe they're going to be available or not. Some players will not be available because of transfer. Some people want to monitor their transfer. They will not be available. Some people are just finishing their league around May 25 or so. They might not be available. So it's getting players. So I'm not really sure too that it's going to get some home-based players to play this because I don't think there's enough time for visa processing. So, I'm happy that he's trying to plan because, he said that he needed 6 players in some particular areas. For me, I'm in support of that. These guys actually needs competition. They need competition. So I actually I think so. So that's that. So under super chat, Emmanuel said, super chat from that we can see that from this discussion that money is a motivating factor. NFF should ensure these players are paid on time. Yes, he said that he likes the bonus. That is another thing too. That's another thing too. I'm happy that they paid them after Rwanda. That's what I actually heard. That they paid them after Rwanda, but I'm not really sure they paid them after Zimbabwe. So if they pay them after Rwanda, that is fine. The next game again is against Rwanda. They work on qualifier at home. Let them pay those players too. If they beat Rwanda in Uyo, then they play South Africa again. So let them go. For example, now if somebody just come, okay, I promise you this money, go and beat this game for me. I remember when Nigeria went to go and play against Sudan in Obdoma, a lot of people promised them money. Go to Obdoma, go and beat Sudan. So when we are going to South Africa too, because at that point, that's my belief, the point between us and South Africa would be cashable when we go and meet them in Johannesburg. You can write this one down, screen record it. The points between Nigeria and South Africa will be catchable when we go and meet them in Johannesburg. Just write it down. So if you can motivate them, you ask them, okay, you want to give them this money just to motivate them, to push them further. So in my own opinion, I think that, it's very important. It's very important. Pay them. When you pay them, they can do well. Also bring competition too. Look at it now. You heard Udeze today. He said that they called Babayaro. He did not honor the invitation. Because Babayaro did not honor the invitation, that is what brought him to play for Nigeria, and he took the shirt. That is it. When Babayaro now came back, Babayaro could not play again. No, could not play. He was doing well in the Premier League. He could not play again. They were just bringing him in, and it was only Bide that tried to play the two of them together. So just to tell you that we need that type of competition in the Super Eagles. We need it in the Super Eagles. For example, now maybe probably they caught somebody and it did not come. We have a different player that we can actually bring in, and that player will perform well. For me, we need that. I learned that one from him today. We need that competition. So I said that the coach needed the goalkeeper to come and compete in one body. Some of you guys are upset, say, why are we the goalkeeper? The guys in Super Eagles currently now, are they competing with one body? They're not competing now. It's bringing new goalies to come and compete with him. That is when Nwabali can sit tight. They need to bring new players to compete with Ndidi. That's why they can sit tight. Bring players to compete with Ekong. So Ekong know that it's not sure for him to start every game. Bring Felix Udoka to come and compete with Kevin Bassi. Kevin Bassi is doing well for Nigeria, but he will know that this guy can play. Let me work hard, or else I go sit bench. So it's when you see all these things. The only person in that team now that I've not seen anybody can compete with him is Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen will be Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen will always be Victor Osimhen. I don't think anybody in that team can actually compete with Victor Osimhen. That is number one thing. We cannot lie to you about that. Anybody can come later, but for me, for now, nobody can compete with Victor Osimhen. Simon is still competing with Lookman, but for me, I don't even see that one as a competition, because Lookman is, for me, is better than Simon. In my own opinion, it depends on what you think. I just think Lookman is better than Simon, in that position. But Simon is workaholic, is also useful in some other areas. But for me, I just think like Lookman is, is actually is ahead of him. Lookman is more dangerous than him. Lookman is deadlier than with Simon. We know that. So, that is that. This man is working on the right direction. And Ifeanyi Udeze was one of the Nigerian journalists, not the journalists, Nigerian ex-nationals that did not really believe in Eric Shell when he came. But I'm happy that when Udeze came today, he said he's called Eric Shell 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 to tell you that the man is doing something right. So, let's also give him the backing and actually support him. Let me just take. So, guys, in fact, it's even good that you. So, Emmanuel, all of my gifters today said that Lookman is clear above Simon. I agree with you on that too. That Lookman is actually above Simon. This time around, there's nothing to actually to say about that. Lookman is actually above Simon this time around. So for me, I gave you guys the link, to actually to join it. So if there is no if there is no call, if there is no caller, sorry guys, I'm only taking people that my gifters. So if there is no caller, I'm actually going to actually wrap it up. So by after Unity Cup, the whole FIFA deduction point and everything, we come out after Unity Cup. Yeah, we come out after Unity Cup. I think it's gonna be after Unity Cup. I don't see it actually happening before Unity Cup. So it's gonna be It's gonna be after Unity Cup. I don't see it happening before Unity Cup. So we'll be able to see exactly what is decided. But for me, it's nothing. There's no two ways to it. It's already -3 from South Africa. So for me, I'm not even looking. I say that they might do some horrible things, do some foul. There could be some foul plays there. I think it's going to be -3 points from South Africa. That is it. So it's what I'm about. What I want to hear is that will they suspend Mokoena for 2 games further, or they suspend Mokoena for 2 games? That is what I do, because they're going to find them. They're going to actually they take 3 points away from them. So that is that. I will wait to take any questions from you before I can wrap it up. At least I want to make sure I finish before 12 o'clock today. So it's like Mobile is not good enough. Average player from Pacero's time is just better than Uzor. should be every competition in that competition. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, there's a lot of players is actually what is considering, and you know, I also have you know, a news about a particular player too that a lot of people think that is close to play for Nigeria. It's not close at all. I'm not mentioning the player's name. It's not close at all. It's just someone that you know, he's still trying to weigh his options in play for Nigeria, but it's not close at all. So you know, it's working his socks out, you know, and I can, and kudos to the goalkeeping department too. Kudos to what's it called, the guy, what's it called, the is it Pandova also, you know. I'm hearing that let me just say this story before I actually what leave. The assistants to Genetro, I think he said one assistant to Genetro is the one helping them. He said it's now working somewhere in Europe. There's a goalkeeper that the coach is looking to get for Super Eagles. The goalkeeper is a goalkeeper in what's it called, in the top European top 5 leagues. So the Genetro assistance is the one trying to, you know, help them to see maybe, you know, the boy can play for Nigeria, because Genetro is now working in his Genetro assistance is now working in that boy's club. So he's the one that gave Eric Shell the boys, what's it called? He's the one that gave Eric Shell the contacts of that boy, and they have been discussing. The boy and Eric Shell have been, you know, discussing and everything. I don't want to mention the Genestro's assistant's name because a lot of people will go and look at the club that he actually what is been coaching. He's been coaching, you know, he's coaching currently. So, but there have been like conversations about that, and when I actually what heard about that, I was really actually what happy, because I've been hearing stories that the boy doesn't want to play for Nigeria. The boy doesn't want to hear anything called Nigeria. The boy is okay with the club, with the country that he's playing for and everything, but that is complete false. It's not true at all. It's not true at all. If the boy is not open to talk to, you know, Nigerian press or Nigerian journalists, if his boy doesn't want to talk to them, does not mean that the boy does not like Nigeria. That is the one. A lot of things. A lot of people should know that. Doesn't mean the boy does not like Nigeria. So that's like a different narrative. It's just like you know, we might not be in good talking terms. Does not mean that we are not loyal to Nigeria. So, and I might be hearing some things about you. I might not want to talk to you because of the information, you know, about you. I heard about you. So it does not mean that you know, I have like a different, you know, towards the country. So that's what I take. I don't want to talk much about the particular player, but you know, I'm hearing that they are doing their job too. But the what you have to know is that the player will not be ready for the Unity Cup, and the earliest time that player can come to camp is the World Cup qualifier that we play in September. And if the boy itself come to camp in the World Cup qualifier, the boy cannot man the post until October. The way I see it, you know, until October when we play against Lesotho and Benin Republic to wrap up the World Cup qualifier. So, good things. I like that. You don't try and change everything at a time. Maybe you bring in 2 players to compete. You try and change it. You get players, the 2 players gel together. You bring another set of players. That's how you change national team. That's how you change national team. For example, now people are talking about South Africa. South Africa that played against Nigeria in the last AFCON is not the same South Africa that is playing currently now. The man is chopping and changing the team. He's chopping and changing the team. There's one boy now. The boy plays for Pirates. Is it Mofokeng or so? I think the boy is scored today. He scored a very beautiful goal against Pyramid today. They just changing, you don't change the whole team, but you can bring in some new players, allow those players to actually blend, and when those players actually blend, you bring them again. So that there could be that chemistry, between them. So I'm pleased and I'm actually happy with what the man is working. But this Unity Cup list, I'll be eager to see exactly his list. So, I'm hearing that some people in the English FA too, if they um he's going to talk to some Nigerian players in England when he's in England. Some players will come to camp that are Nigerian born players when he's in England. So they will have conversations about playing. So maybe some of them too will even train with the Super Eagles, in camp. We will see, what's gonna actually what happen. But let's just wait and actually what and see. So guys, I don't want to, guys. I've already given enough people time. That's why I spent that 1 hour talking to one against national. If I knew Daisy, so and it's been a very lovely conversation. I also want to appreciate my gifters too. What's it called? Greg, Emmanuel, and Kola Bright. Thank you for your gift today. So guys, okay, let me just try and like wait for like 7 minutes more and leave at 12 dot directly. But it's been a lovely conversation with having you here. I can hear some comments about Taron Ebue, coming back for me. I watched Taron Ebue play against Bologna and also against Venezia, also against Venezia during that was last weekend, and also against Bologna. That was yesterday. I don't think it's fit enough. I don't think it's fit enough. I don't think it's fit enough. He played right wing back. He played right wing back against Bologna. I don't think it's actually what fit enough. I think there's some areas that he actually is if somebody has been out for nearly how many years, like I don't think Ebue played a game throughout last season. I'm not really sure he played a game throughout last season. So if somebody has been out for so long like that, that person actually needs some games to actually to back to full fitness. So and Anjorin too came back. Anjorin came back last weekend. The Anjorin that came back last weekend, they have to make sure that he's not involved. Anjorin is not really involved in in the game that actually they played yesterday against Empoli. And the reason why it wasn't actually involved is because he came back from injury, and Anjorin will be so important to what's it called? What is my business with you? Say not fighting this thing. What's my this thing with you? You say it's not. So, and I think that what's it called? They actually they rested him because they have to manage him because Anjorin is so important to the he's so important to for them to actually to stay in the league. So it's so important for them to stay in the league. So that's the reason why I think it was actually rested. So guys, please, I will not actually I will not ban him. Let him come here and see exactly what we actually do here. So guys, there's gonna be we are planning towards our AFCON. The AFCON is gonna be blockbuster. It's gonna be so good. We're planning towards AFCON. And also too, we're also trying to do some few things too that just to make it the channel actually was more engaging. I'm working with some people, and we also gonna actually get back to you on that. But guys, I will not even be able to take any call again today because already 4 minutes before midnight. I want to appreciate everybody for actually for joining today. So we're going to be bringing some of these guests. For example, now apologies for you guys that our guests did not understand how to he did not could not listen to us. So next time I will try and like tell him to set himself ready and engage. So we will try and like bring in some players too, maybe recorded or live. I like to do it live so that you guys can hear it unfiltered, you know. And we're gonna bring some ex players, the one who could reach some current players too, so that we can just try and try and mix it up, slightly. That's actually what she was like. Let me just take some comment before she would go. So, hey Smith Lai, I hope we're not fighting each other today. Why are you actually was asking that? Did I look like someone is fighting you? Please, with Lai Van Ivory, I will not actually ban him. Let him actually enjoy our conversation. Mega AZ says Zimbabwe changed venue for SA. Yes, if you maybe because you joined late, I said those things earlier today that they've already changed their venue, and they want to play in Rwanda now. But let me just show you some. Let me just tell you some things before I go, so that it's tough. But let me just tell you some few things about the World Cup qualifier before I wrap it up. See, you guys. So let me just give you the rundown of the way the events might probably actually unfold. So, guys. So as you all know, guys, I said those things already before. Maybe we joined late. As you all know, when we're going to play match day match day 7 in September. Match day 7 in September. So, Nigeria against Rwanda in Uyo, Lesotho against Africa in Botswana, Benin against Zimbabwe in Ivory Coast. The way they structure it is this. Cave. So Benin will play two home games this September, so you don't have to travel. So they also plan too that South Africa doesn't have to travel because they will play Lesotho at home and also Nigeria at home. But because of the petition the NFF submitted, I think they will play in Botswana instead, which is not actually far off. So then Nigeria will play. No. Lesotho. Okay, let me just take your comments. The Lesotho game is not ready. It's not ready at all. Before they finish, it's like 3 years. That is what they did in Zimbabwe too. They are not. They cannot. They cannot finish it at all. They cannot finish it at all. The work that they are doing in that stadium, they are embezzling money. They are doing different things. There's no way they can finish that stadium. Never. I've been monitoring that stadium. They cannot finish it. Zimbabwe itself, they didn't even finish it. They said that they cannot even finish it this year. So that one cannot gonna work. These people are not serious. So Lesotho against Nigeria is going to be what? It's going to be in Botswana too. Then before Nigeria should play against Benin Republic. So it's going to be a lot of travel for Nigeria. But I just hope that we find it well, guys. I told you this is how I told you that Nigeria will still go to the World Cup. So just keep the faith and support the team, guys. I want to appreciate all of you for actually joining today. It's already 12 midnight. I don't want to exceed 12 midnight. Thank you for actually for joining. And I will see you again next week Friday when we discuss Nigeria football directly. But on Thursday next week, Nigeria will play against Tunisia in the under-20 AFCON. Around 4 p.m. Nigerian time. So we'll come back and discuss that. Then maybe there's going to be news about point deduction then, or Eric Shell's professional list for those friendly games too. We also come and show and discuss those things. So I want to thank you guys for actually joining. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the super chats. I enjoy you. Thank you for actually joining. Thank you for that gesture. I will see you again next week Friday. I remain your host, Smith Lai. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.